Hey Book Dragons, I'm back to do my February TBR. So I'm going to do my February TBR a little bit different. I'm not going to focus on my game this month just because I know I want to read a lot of romance and my game is more balanced and I just have a ton of romance books I want to read. So I'm going to break it into a couple of different categories. I'm going to focus on my yearly TBR, like the books that I'm trying to read overall year. I have some e-arcs I'm going to focus on. And then I just have a bunch of physical books. So let's get into it. The first two books we're going to focus on is my yearly TBR, and I have a couple of books for that. So yeah, let me go get those and then we'll chat through those. I'm trying to get better at reading YA fantasy, and I've chose two books that I think are romance themed. So first is Cast in Firelight by Diana Swift. I'll be very honest, I have been trying to avoid reading and reviewing HarperCollins titles, so a lot of the YA fantasy books on my TBR are all HarperCollins, and I'm just putting them off for a little bit. I might read a couple in February and just not vlog it, and I'll just tell you guys at a later point what my review is. But Cast in Firelight by Diana Swift is one that I'm super excited for. And this is two royal heirs arranged to be married. They made their own arrangements. And this was Adra and Jatin. And I love books about royalty, so I actually have a royalty themed reading vlog coming up, and this might feature in that. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is a sequel, so Bound by Firelight is the next one. But I picked this up a while ago and I just never got around to reading it. And then I'm trying to go back and read a lot of my ALA books I got pre-COVID. So we have The Stars That We Steal by Alexa Dawn, and this is a science fiction novel. And again, it's another royalty themed novel. And I've read Alexa Dawn's mysteries book, Pretty Dead Queens, and I really liked it. So I want to go back and read her other stuff. And this is one that I just had on my shelves. And I think someone said it was The Bachelorette Goes to Space, and the gripping story about a young girl caught in a world of intrigue and romance. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I got this one a while ago, but I'm really excited. And then the non-fiction book I'm going to try to read is still The Spare by Prince Harry. I just didn't get around to it this month. I picked up something else, and I may not even read it this month. It just depends on how my month goes, but I will attach a beautiful photo of him. So here we go. Really do want to read it. I just picked up another book and I was distracted a little bit, but I've heard really good things. I want to read it. He reads it to me. I love nothing more than a British man reading me a good story, so I'm really excited for that. And then I also have another book that's on my Kindle, which is Daughter of No Worlds. This is going to be my adult fantasy thing. It's a romantic fantasy. I have no idea what it's about, to be very honest, but it is on my Kindle. I'm going to have a Kindle Unlimited reading vlog coming for you all, because I think I have an interesting take, because I read a lot of young adult. There's really no young adult in Kindle Unlimited, but that'll be the video where I talk about that. But Daughter of No Worlds, here is a photo. Well, I've been raving about her, and I actually have another book I have to read from my 12 and 12 challenge from Peace Love Books, but this one, the cover looks really interesting, and it's a done trilogy, so I'm gonna read this one first. And then my sequel that I have is Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kimmerer, and the reason I put this one on here is because it does have a pretty heavy romance plotline as well, and I'm really wanted to get around to it. And yeah, and I love Bridget Kimmerer's writing style. So yeah, those are my yearly TBR stuff, the 5 books that I have to read to make my yearly goals. And now let's get into the e-arcs. For these, I'm going to be super quick, and I'm just going to attach photos. I have Hot Dutch Daydream by Christy Boyce. This is the companion book to Hot British Boyfriend, which I really liked. But yeah, I did get an e-arc of this one, and I'm really excited for it. So here's a photo of that. And then I have So This Is Love by Tracy Ardreen, which is a sequel to So This Is Christmas. I'll attach a photo here. And this follows them on their Valentine Day adventures. And I really liked book 1, so I'm really excited to get into this one. Yeah, so that will be the 2 photos for that, for both Hot Dutch Daydream and So This Is Love. And then the next book I'm going to hopefully read is When You Wish Upon a Lantern by Gloria Chow. I don't know anything about this book, but the cover really struck me, so here's a photo of that. A physical copy of Chloe and the Casio Boys. You'll see that in a later part of this video because I do have an e-arc, a physical arc of that, but I'm really excited for that one. It sounds really unique and really different. And then The Witch and the Vampire, which is my only fantasy e-arc, but I'm really excited. It's a Sapphic Rapunzel retelling, and let's just admire this cover because it is stunning. And then the next series of this vlog is I'm just going to talk about some books that I hope to read on Kindle Unlimited because I do have a vlog coming up, and Daughter of No Worlds will probably be in that. And also I wanted to feature Trader's Queen by Danielle Jensen. This is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom series, which I'm really excited for. So here's a photo of that. I also have two Regency romances. One is Stacey Reed's The Earl Wedded. I think it's this third book in the Wedded by Scandal series. Here is a photo. I don't remember the name of it, but I know this one has to do with a pregnancy, which I'm really intrigued by. I love reading about pregnancy and Regency romances. It just fascinates me. And then I have one by it's like, it has like a blue cover, but I'll attach the photo here. I think it's called Any Duchess Will Do. Or maybe it's not Any Duchess Will Do. But it's by Sarah Bogg. I can't think of her name either, but I'll touch the photo and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But I'm really excited for this one. Peas Love Books gave me the recommendation and I'm really excited for it. So here's that. And then I have some romantic fantasy books romantic cozy fantasy books. And I'm really excited for those. So I have two of those, and I'm going to attach photos here. Again, I'm really, really bad at names because I did not write them down. But these are like romantic cozy fantasies, and I think that will be perfect. And then Daughter of No Worlds as well, which I talked about in a previous thing. But yeah, those are the books I hope to read from Kindle Unlimited, and I hope you guys like the Kindle Unlimited vlog that I'm going to do. It will be coming soon, so keep a nose out for that. Back in this vlog or wrap up or TBR is just some fantasy books. So I have Spellbound by F.T. Lukens, and this is Carry On meets Raven Boys in this brand new contemporary fantasy novel from this New York Times bestselling author of So This Is Ever After, and this has to do with magic. I really loved his first two books that I read, his other books. This one sounds great, and I really want to read some more sapphic and LGBTQ plus fiction, so this one plays right into that. I'm also really excited to get to read Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This one has some romantic elements to it. When two young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war among the gods to seal their fates forever. And Shadow and Bone meets Lore in this epic enemies to lover fantasy novel, but with hope, heartbreak, and the unparalleled power of love. So yeah, really excited for this one. This one does not come out until April, but again, I really want to read romance books, so this one sounded right up my alley, and I have read stuff by Rebecca Ross in the past and really enjoyed it. I'm also on a blog tour for The Morth Keeper by Kay O'Neill. She wrote The Tea Dragon Society, and I'm really excited for this one as well, so I just have to get around to reading this. This one will be quick. It comes out in March, but I am on a blog tour for it, so it will probably get read relatively soon. And now let's get into some of the sequels that I have on my TBR, some other sequels that I have on my TBR. So now we're going to chat about the YA contemporary books that I have on my TBR for February, and let's get into it. I'm putting a lot on here just in hopes that I will read a ton, but one is If I See You Again by Robbie Couch, and this is like, I think these two boys are stuck in like a Groundhog Day situation. It comes out in April. I really liked See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I hope this has similar vibes. But yeah, I think he's been stuck in the monotonous Monday 309 times, And day 310 turns different when a different, suddenly Clark's usual torture is tortured by an anomaly, a boy he's never seen before in all his previous days. That sounds really interesting. It comes out in April, and I'm excited for this one. Another one that I got sent to me is 6 Times We Almost Kissed. This is from a novel. And, well, the one time we did by Tessa Sharp. And this is 6 moments lead to 2 girls, 1 kiss, and 3 little words that were maybe always true in this gorgeous novel, perfect for fans of Nina LaCour and Jenny Han. Yeah, I'm excited. I love that it has like just interactive elements as well. I don't know much about it, but I think that this is maybe a second chance or love to hate romance. Yeah, I think this is love to hate. So I'm excited. I sometimes struggle a little bit with love to hate because I don't think the hate is that developed, but I'm willing to give it a shot. And I'm really excited for this one because it's one of my favorite tropes, second chance romance, and that is Never Vacation with Your Ex by Emily Webley and Austin Sigmund Broca. This does not come out into April. I'm going to read it a little bit early because I got an ARC, and this is Forgetting Sarah Marshall meets Crazy Stupid Love in a YA second chance romance for fan favorite author Owen Broca. Yeah, I'm so excited for this one. I really loved their With and Without You book that I read. And I think that she's like forced to go on vacation with her ex and things happen. So I'm really excited for this one as well. And then the last contemporary one is Chloe and the Cassiopeis by Mia Coutillo. This comes out in March. And I think it's about this fellow's Chloe, and she dreams of becoming an animator in the United States. But before she leaves there, she has to... Oh, a traditional birth debut for Chloe's 18th birthday. To make matters worse, her father party, so basically she has to debut, and they sort of have her 3 boys as an option, and all of the summer she has 3 boys that are kind of vying for her heart. I'm excited. It gives me like Regency vibes, so like I'm excited. And speaking of Regency vibes, sorry, I'm doing really bad at explaining this, but they're all on my TBR and I'm really excited to read them. And then the last 2 Regency ones that I'm really excited for, one is The Davenports by Crystal Marquez. This one comes out in January, I think like just came out. But this is the first in a frothy page-turning YA series set in the turn of the century in Chicago, featuring an all-black main cast. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm really a big Bridgerton fan. I love reading Regency and historical romances, but I love the twist of the YA version and also with a black and African-American cast. I'm really excited for that. And then another one that has a little bit of diversity is Queen Bee by Amelia Howard. And this is the second book in the Joy Revolution book series. Actually, I'm reading one right now. I'm reading the Tyler Hibbert one. But this is a diverse Regency romp that Bridgerton meets the Count of Monte Cristo from the best-selling author Amelia Howard. And I think this has to do with like revenge. So yeah, those are the 5 contemporary-ish books that are on my TBR. And now let's go to the next section. I swear, I'm trying to get better at reading my sequels, so I picked up 3 that I think I can read this month. One is The Gilded Cage by Lynette Nomi. I loved the Prison Healers so much, and I just never got around to reading book 2 or book 3, but book 2 left on quite a cliffhanger, and I think that there's a romance in this book as well, so I'm super excited to dive into this one and hope that I enjoy it. But oh my god, this book, first book blew my mind. And then I have Tokyo Dreaming by Amiko Jean. This is the companion or sequel to Tokyo Ever After, but I don't know. Yeah, but I think this is a like a direct sequel. So I'm really excited to learn this one. I really liked book 1. It was great, and it gave me Princess Diary vibes. And I recently read Royal Blood, which had some similar elements. This doesn't have death and murder, but it does have some Regency elements and romance elements to it that I'm really excited for. And with all of the royal stuff happening, I'm craving some royal content. And then I also have A Venom Dark and Sweet by Junie I. Lin. This is the sequel and final book in that series that I read at the end of last year, and I know we get actually a new point of view in this book, and I think again romance becomes a little bit more prevalent. All of these books have a heavy romance subplot, and I'm really excited to dive into them. And now let's get into the rest of the books on my TBR. We have some fantasy, we have some thrillers, we have it all, so let's get into it. So I have the Fox of Cling by Hannah Whitten that I wanted to add to my TBR because she tends to have some very heavy like romance subplot, and I do want to read something by her. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't come out until March, but I really hope to read it sooner rather than later because it does have like a eerie and creepy setting, which I think is great for February. So, and it just looks like it has to do with romance, so hopefully I'm right. I might also pick up the audiobook for 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater because I read book 1 or listened to it and really enjoyed it. And this has to do with like a fairy godfather, which I think is just fun. I think I started reading it, and again, I was just struggling with the reading experience, but I love listening to it. It was a great video game book, so hopefully that's what I will pick up. And also I got this recommendation from both Four Paws in a Book and Covers with Cassidy. I picked up Scales and Sensibility of Regency Dragons by Stephanie Burgess, and this might be a reading blog, but I've heard really good things about it, and I love Regency books with a little bit of a magical twist, and this one was unavailable as an audiobook, so I hope I like it as well. And I'm gonna give it a shot. It doesn't seem it's that long, but it was like an indie book, and I've been trying to read more indie and see what I like, so yeah. And then I have Emily Webberly and Austin Sigmund Brooke as their adult debut still. I got the first draft, and I've heard some mixed things about this, but I really like their writing style. And this is again a second chance romance, which I'm here for. So, and I think that they are forced to write another book together because it's on their contract, and then they wind up falling back in love with each other. And I'm really excited. They're writing a YA book that has like somewhat of a similar prevalence, so I might do a reading vlog. We'll see. But this is a book one I'm really excited to read. And the only real thriller on this list is Last Seen Leaving by Caleb Roehrig. But I think Flynn's girlfriend January is missing, and he is the prime suspect. But it does have a romantic plot because he's sort of dealing with it. I also have She's Gone that I might read if I do a reading vlog because it does have a romantic element to it. So yeah. But yeah, those are all my books on my February TBR. I know February is the shortest month. You don't have to tell me in the comments. I know I will not read everything in this list, and I'm just trying to take it easy because it is a shorter month. Stuff will change, stuff will pop up. I'll probably listen to a bunch more. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you're planning on reading in February, and I'll talk to you guys for my next video. Bye, Book Dragons.